Our Kilt Ambassador this time is James Agnew. He is the Regent for the Maryland chapter of the Clan Douglas Scottish Society. And what that means is that James has spent a lot of time in tents. He basically shows up at games and festivals and represents the clan to anybody who's interested in learning about their heritage or getting involved with the clan. And basically, he is also in charge of the clan activities in his region in general, like setting up the website, working on a quarterly newsletter they put out. But the bulk of the stuff he does as outreach is at events. And that was what we talked about. Basically, you'll go to a festival, you'll go to a Highland Games, and you'll see the tents of all the various clans. And some of them stand out. In fact, James's tent has won an award twice at the Maryland Highland Games, basically Best Clan Tent Award. And the way he does that, I thought, was really interesting. Basically, he has all the traditional stuff you'd expect to see at a clan tent, like books and maps and artwork, and he's got the heraldry of the clan and all this kind of stuff. Another thing he has is the flag of Galicia, because as it happens, his mom is actually from Galicia, and so he's got a little extra pan-Celtic heritage going on there. And he also puts up a lot of electronic tools. He uses a laptop, which is run off of a solar battery, so that he can basically have access to resources for people to come and visit the tent. If they need to do name searches and stuff, he can help them out. And he runs a video that his son made on the laptop, because he's found that younger people tend to want something more interactive and visual as opposed to sitting and pouring through books and there's a picture of a castle, there's a name list. They want to see something. So he and I'm assuming his son together came up with the idea of producing this video. And he's trying to draw in younger people. An interesting point along those lines is the fact that younger in this context means like in their 30s. It's harder to get people who are younger interested in getting into the clan society stuff. But I think he's doing a great job doing so. Another electronic thing he sets up is a webcam, which shows the tent and what's in front of the tent, so he can actually live stream his activities to the internet in general. That's awesome. That's basically bringing it into the 21st century. One of James's main points of satisfaction is actually bringing a smile to someone's face when they find that connection and feel like they've kind of come home, he said. And that's a great feeling for any of these guys. They're all volunteers, and it's actually a lot of work to set up these tents. Basically, set up and break down, especially in bad weather conditions, can be a challenge. And you're out there all day. It can be kind of an ordeal, depending on what the weather is like and what the crowds are like. Be very courteous to the people who are doing it. James said the only thing that's a downside sometimes when you're doing this work is that people will come up to you and they will complain about why is their clan not represented at the games. And then he or whomever is the volunteer manning given clan tent has to explain that every group has their own capacities, has their own strengths and times and volunteers, and do their own thing. So you cannot expect them to be there or for him to have an answer as to why they're not there. It's basically, and that can be frustrating, is basically you don't want to give people a negative feeling, but you have to be honest with them and say, look, if your clan didn't set up a tent, you probably need to talk to somebody who's involved with the clan and maybe get involved to help out. It's not every clan is going to be able to do everything all the time. These are volunteer organizations and they need all the help they can get. The other thing to bear in mind is that just because someone is volunteering at a clan tent doesn't mean that they're going to know everything about your personal family history. So be very courteous in that respect. And if the guy who's volunteering at the tent has to say, sorry, I don't know, you're going to have to keep looking, don't take offense to that. It's a lot of information, and there's only so much that an individual can do, especially if it turns out that you're not a member of the clan for the person you're talking to. James was saying that sometimes people will come up and they'll want information on, Mitchell or something like that, and or a clan gun. Well, this is the Clan Douglas tent. I don't know anything about, I don't know anything about clan gun. So be aware that we're all volunteers, and you're not going to get the perfect answer from just the first very impressive looking person you talk to. His final comment to me was the fact that he wants to reach the younger people because they are the future of the clan, and they're also the future of keeping the games themselves going. So if you know your clan, if you know the clan society, get involved, get out there, consider spending some time at a tent at an event, or even working virtually online. Try and get involved. That was the main lesson I learned from talking to him. So that's our ambassador for this session, and I'm going to say cheers and sláinte, James. Great job. Great work. Keep it up.
Absolutely. No, it's very, very underappreciated what the clan societies do and what they do at the events. They're all volunteers. They're all there for the passion, for just loving what they do. So I hope that they are respected and treated well for being there, because it's all volunteer stuff. I mean, they're not paid. They're spending their time to educate the public on what they know. And if they don't, just like you and me, if we don't know something, we're going to say we don't know. Right. I'm assuming they're going to be the same way. And it's,
Yeah, and I think the other thing is the materials involved. I mean, like I mentioned, you and I know this from working, festivals. That, setup and breakdown can be, a fair amount of work. And sometimes, is it your personal collection of clan regalia or books or anything that you're bringing out into the rain, and the mud, and risking your own personal possessions for the sake of this thing? It's a big amount of dedication is involved. I'll say that. It takes a certain amount of dedication.
Did you have to haul it in on a cart? Did you have to haul it in on a cart over a half-mile trek from your car all the way over to the to the side of the clan tent? Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely. Now, it's the clans are at the games. The clans are, I will say, underappreciated as a value add to the games, where people can go there to get their own family history or learn a little bit more. And these are volunteers. These are people with just a passion for this stuff, and they need to be celebrated and thanked for their time and for their effort, because they're, as I said, they're not paid. It's a fun thing to do for them. And if you don't see your clan at the games, then step up and look into your clan and say, hey, clan Farquharson, clan, Ferguson, or clan Fraser, whatever. Why are you not at this game? And they're going to say, we don't have anyone in that area. Do you want to do it? And then the answer is yes. Yes, I will. You'll get into the games for free. You get to have a little area to put your stuff. You get to have, bring a backpack with some sandwiches and some beer. Kind of hide that a little bit. But you get to have that stuff on festival grounds. You don't have to pay for it. And you get to talk to a bunch of people. And you're supporting the culture, supporting the heritage. You're pushing it forward. You're getting the kids involved. It's an important thing to keep going. Absolutely.
Yeah. I say, don't expect them to have godlike knowledge, but conversely, they want to talk to you. I mean, you can make these guys' day by going up and even just saying, you know what? This looks awesome. I'm so happy to see you here. Even if it's not your clan. We're all in this together at some point. So, yeah.
Absolutely. They are enthusiastic amateurs to, quasi-historians. They're not they are not Harvard professors who have studied the history of the clan for hundreds of years. They are people with a passion for this stuff who want to share that passion, want to share that knowledge with anyone they meet. And this is a cool place to do it, where they're not bothering people in bars like, hey, you have a Fraser kilt on. Let me tell you all about the history of your clan. So it's the appropriate context for that thing, and it's a way to pass on the knowledge, pass on the passion to a whole different group of people.
And I'm going to,
absolutely.
I didn't get their names, but I will ostensibly offer a toast to James' son and daughter. I think it's awesome that they are also involved and keen about doing this stuff with him. And by the way, he and his daughter both speak Spanish, so when they do get somebody who's Galician and comes up and notices the flag, they'll talk to him. So that's cool too. Yeah, nice pan-Celtic element there.
As we said multiple times, it is all about getting the kids involved. If you don't have the kids involved, the next generation, the younger people, whether it's they're excited because their dad's wearing the kilt and they want to wear the kilt at age 5, or it's their mid-20s and they're starting to think about their family heritage or whatever, you need the next generation involved to keep it going forward, to keep pushing it forward, to keep everyone interested, and to make it continue to be a thing.
Yep.
If you skip 2 generations, it's gone.
It's gone. It's true.
Yep.